Hey everybody, this is Ethan here from All OK Outdoors, and just a quick intro here. We're gonna go out today, do a little fire starting tutorial with show you a couple things you can collect around here in southern Oklahoma, such as like red cedar, stuff like that. We don't really have a lot of pines in my area. There are some south of here. There's a lot of pines south of here that you guys of course know you can collect fat wood and stuff like that from. But here in my general area, we'll kind of go over everything. I'm in a mountainous region, so we're kind of up in elevation. A lot of oak, cedar, stuff like that in this area. So today we're going to go over a nice, simple, easy couple things about fire starting and stuff like that. This is my first video, so I'm going to try to keep it simple and easy. I'm not going to be great on the camera angles and stuff yet. I'm currently shooting with just a little tripod and a cell phone right now. I do have cameras and tripods and all sorts of crazy mounts and stuff coming, so hopefully later videos will be better. So you guys just hold in there with me and we'll get it done.
I've been thinking about myself today, thinking how I changed, how I really don't care if you are here or if you don't stay.
You have to excuse some of the noise there. There's an armadillo running through the woods there. There he goes, big boy. Either way, so this is a pretty good spot to stop here to kind of just go over some basic stuff. There's a lot of deadfall here. You can see this one here. So for your basic fire starting stuff, that's the kind of wood you're going to want to look for. Especially, we've got probably 3 to 4 inches of rain here in the last week or so. So all the stuff that's laying flat on the ground is nice and damp. So all your standing dead wood is going to be nice and dry, and there is plenty of that in this general area here. Now we do have a lot of trees like boardark and stuff like that that are not so great. They're real tough. They're hard on your knives, hard on your axes. So we're trying to stay away from those, but most of this post oak and stuff like that will work out great. So I will start kind of collecting some stuff and we'll go from there. So I guess I can kind of go over the basic stuff that I bring with me. First things first, this one was not my choice today, but I could not find my other axe and stuff. So we have a camelus machete here. The saw ridge is not that great on these, but the blade is fairly thick. So it's a real beast for chopping. So, pretty good little deal there. We always bring hydration. We've got a water here in our hydro pouch. Multi-tool. Little Benchmade knife. Ferricidium rod and magnesium. Cheap little deal. You can get these at Harbor Freight for like $2, $3, I believe. Nice to have. I keep this on this pack. This isn't really something that we'll be using today, but it's like a little auging bit. You can drill holes through stuff if you're setting up lines and anything like that. Always keep my ride in the rain pad on me. Flashlight. These are just little draw belts. Simple little belt. You get these with a lot of like cargo shorts and stuff you buy. They have this little pull through buckle on them. And they do real well making tourniquets, just in case you get cut out here. Slide that sucker on. Pull out your slack. Nice one-handed operation, because you know normally you're not going to be able to use this. Slide it around there. 2 wraps is preferred, depending on how big your arms are. I know some of you big meatheads out there probably can only get 1 wrap out of it. Once you have it here though, you get you a small branch, put in there, give it 2 or 3 turns, stop the bleeding on whatever appendage you've accidentally cut. But good little thing to carry around and have on you. I keep my cheating fire starter here, lighter. When they work, they're great. When they don't, that's what the other stuff's for. Up top here, I have these little black metal containers. One is empty. This one we use for collecting tree sap, stuff like that. This one here is full of some fire starter. So what these are just little cotton pads you can get, and they have been soaked in Vaseline, petroleum jelly. So they are highly flammable. They pull apart real nice. I'll show you how those work here in just a little bit. In the big pouch here, I decided to bring along a hank of rope in case we need it. Big, full tang blade. This is just something I've had around for a long time. I've probably had this knife for over 15 years, to be honest. It's just crazy hardened steel. It's hard to even get an edge on this without a diamond grinding blade. But this is great for batoning wood and stuff. It'll hold its edge through anything. You can beat it against a rock to keep an edge. Folding handsaw, awesome. Takes most of the hard work out of cutting firewood. These little straws here are great for fire starting. You get like a pack of 5 of these at Walmart for $3 in the camping section. It's a steel straw with a little rubber mouth guard on it. It's great. Get your fire going, your tinder bundle going, and you just take this and blow through it, feed some oxygen. I do recommend leaving this on, because if you get this down those ashes, this pipe will get hot. This will protect your lips, because when you're in the outdoors, you don't want any sort of unnecessary injuries. Another straight blade, full tang. That is all of that. So I will keep out the items that we're going to use today and make sure to put everything else back. All right, well, I think it's about time that we get to work. Fairly warm out here now that I'm moving around. It's about 50 degrees here. So I'm gonna grab you guys and bring you along with me. We're going to need our folding saw and our cheap little tamless machete here. What we're going to do, we're going to find a couple of these small saplings here that are fairly, oh, that is ready right there. See how those snap off? My grandpa always told me when you're collecting firewood, you want sticks and twigs that sound like crackling firewood. So we'll harvest this one here, a couple of these smaller ones for our small kindling, and we can make some larger firewood out of this guy here. So I'll get to it. Get you guys set up here, get you a good vantage point. So when you're cutting these little saplings here, a good skill to know is if you take them and bend them over and create a little tension point right down here, you'll see where they start to bow. Where they bow at, get your blade, makes it a lot easier to cut. We really only need 2 of these since we're not going to be out here for a long time. I'll take this small one here next. Just bend it over, make a tension point, make sure your hand's nice and clear out of the way. Nice and easy. Now if you're doing this close to where you're going to be camping, if you're going to be there for long term, one good thing to remember is to take these stubs all the way down, because you do not want to be stepping on these and causing any sort of unnecessary injuries. This big guy here might be a little more difficult. Make sure they're nice and flush with the ground. Keeps you from having any unnecessary punctures or anything like that. You know, come through this mess here, trip, land on it. It's gonna be a real bad day for you. So now that we've got those, go ahead and put the axe up, or the machete up here. This here is going to be plenty for us today. That small amount there will be plenty for us. It's nice and dry. And that. So the first thing I really like to do is to limb a lot of the stuff. So the first thing I like to do is to limb these. And honestly, when they are this brittle, you don't really have to waste the edge of your blade. You can use the blunt side of your blade to do this. As long as you have a nice thick material, you just take the blunt side of your blade, knock these off. Make sure to kind of assort everything into its own little piles. You know, larger in one pile, smaller into the other. Once you have everything kind of limbed, start cutting your larger firewoods. Folding blade. And I like to cut mine about 1 foot in length. That there will be plenty for what we're going to do. I am, however, going to take this and set it back up into a tree somewhere so it'll stay nice and dry. No needing something that nice going to waste and rotting. So the next thing we were looking for are these here, red cedars. So they have this very dry bark on the outside of them that makes perfect tinder material. And you can collect it just as easily as grabbing you a strip there and pulling it off. Nice and easy, just like that. Off camera, I collected some dry grass. Didn't really figure you guys needed much on how to collect dry grass. It's grass. If it's brittle, it's dry. So I just kind of like to process this a little bit by tripling it over on itself, working it back and forth. It opens up the fibers. Once you've done that a couple times, it'll get nice and soft. Take these ends off here, they're a little moist. Some of y'all don't like that word. But now you're going to be able to take it, use your fingers here while grabbing it around the back, make a small nest area. Pretty well the same thing with your cedar bark, is to take it, twist it. I like to hold it over actually where my nest is, because a lot of this small dusty stuff is going to fall off, and that is just great fire starter. Just kind of work it back and forth in your hands, twist it up. What you're doing is opening up the fibers. Smaller fibers catch fire easier. Keep this texture over here to the side. So we have this nice amount here, and we're just going to keep working it, breaking up those fibers, getting those fibers nice and small. Get our nets ready. This stick here is really bothering me. There we go. I'll burn you later. So what I like to do, instead of putting my magnesium directly in the fire, because you kind of get carried away and you end up throwing it, you know, all over the place, I like to put it on my sheath here, hold it nice and flat, and use the edge of my blade. Nice long strokes. Once I have a nice pile, poke a little hole right in the middle there, and add all that nice magnesium dust in. Hold it nice and steady here. And something nice and easy like that. Then you can slowly start baby feeding it. Some nice small pieces here. Remember, you can overfeed your fire. It needs oxygen to live, so if you take and pile on a bunch of stuff at one time, thinking that it's ready to roll, you may end up starving it. And this one has taken off nice and easy, no extra oxygen needed, nice and hot. We can go ahead and add these small twigs here. I like to go ahead and get a stick underneath it there, lift it up, get some more oxygen underneath these twigs so they don't lay down on top of each other. And then it's just all about babysitting at that point. You can slowly add some more fire to it. So another thing I'd like to go over is splitting up larger pieces. This is a little too large for what we're doing. So we're gonna split this down and make some small kindling. There is a knot right here. That might make it a little bit hard for us to do, but we're gonna give it a whack, literally. So what you wanna do is go ahead and get your blade settled across the center of it. Give it a couple gentle pops to get it started. And then just go ahead and get it broke down there. I am all about efficiency, so I like to put it back together, get it going again, give it a couple gentle pops to get it started. There's that knot right there at the bottom stopping us. Just use a little muscle. And you can keep on going, making these as small as you want. And another slightly unorthodox way of doing it, little more dangerous. Don't really recommend it. If you have the option of batoning the wood, go that way. But if you don't and you're just feeling risky, you can try it this way. The way I'm going to be holding the camera, I'm not really going to be talking too much, but basically you are going to set your machete or axe onto the wood, tap it against a large tree or any stationary object, and the force of it is going to drive it through. So once you have it there, you can move your other hand. That way you're not going to end up hurting yourself. Simply just keep knocking against it until you've got nice split pieces of wood. One-handed, just in case, in case you are one-handed out in the wilderness. There you go. Get yourself against this stationary piece. I do recommend steel-toe boots. There you go. If you're down to one hand only, so not too awful safe way, since you could end up hitting yourself either in the shin or in the toes there. That's why I do recommend steel-toe boots. I mean, my boots go all the way up to here. They're leather. Not too awful worried about lacerating myself too awful bad. But if you are in a situation where you are one-handed, this is an awesome way to get the job done. So, if you're already one-armed, I think a small laceration might not be too bad of a thing to worry about. But hyperthermia is. So, good way to go ahead and baton some wood in case you are in a real bad case. So another fairly important skill that I'm sure all you are tired of hearing of is feather sticks. Good little way to catch some tinder if you need. Basically, get a good grip on your piece you're wanting to use. Blade, long, steady strokes against the grain here. Eventually, you'll catch it real good. And you just kind of want to slowly rotate around as you go, and you will make ridges that your blade will catch, and those will in turn make your feathers. And it's not about speed, it's just about nice, steady, even strokes. Eventually you'll work up a good nest like this, and these are very flammable. Going to end the video here, and thanks for watching, thanks for following along. Like I say, I hope these get a lot better. I know I am not your outdoor survivalist guy like you're going to see on TV, but hopefully I can share some knowledge with you guys, and you can share knowledge with me. I am going to be doing a giveaway, so if you will go ahead and share, like, and just follow the All OK Outdoors page, I'll be looking. I'm gonna have actually my daughter, since she's young, she's not really caring who you are. I'm gonna have her choose somebody that likes the video, shares the video, and follows the All OK Outdoor page. And once we choose you, I'll send you a direct message, go ahead and get your address from you and be sending you over a gift for following. Probably a couple little survival items, stuff like that. So just thank you guys for watching. Thanks for the support. Hope y'all have a wonderful day.